Should you consider buying a TiVo in 2026? Let's pretend your TV has a junk drawer. It's got 5 remotes, 3 streaming apps you never opened, and last night's show buried under 10 layers of "Are you still watching?" Now imagine replacing that chaos with one big "Play what I actually want" button. That's the dream TiVo sold us years ago. In 2026, does it still make sense to buy one? Start with what TiVo has always done better than almost anyone: recording broadcast and cable TV without drama. If your week revolves around live sports, local news, or a very specific Thursday night show, TiVo turns time into a suggestion. You tell it what you love, and it quietly captures it, skips the fluff, and lines it up for you. No expiration dates. No show vanishing because a streaming contract changed. Your shows live on your box, not on someone else's spreadsheet. Now think about streaming fatigue. How many times have you asked, "Where is that movie?" and bounced across 5 apps, 9 menus, and a price tag you didn't expect? TiVo's superpower has always been search that actually feels universal. One query, one list, across cable, antenna, and streaming, with a bias for the version you already pay for. If your evenings are half hunting and half watching, TiVo flips that ratio. But let's be honest, the world shifted. Cable is shrinking. Streaming apps try to be your TV's brain. Smart TVs claim to do it all already. So when would a TiVo still be the smartest buy? Here's the easy yes. You watch a lot of live TV from an antenna or a cable package, and you hate missing things. You want a DVR that feels like a librarian, not a hallway monitor. You care about picture quality and reliability. You love the idea of one place to search across everything you have, and you want to own your recordings, not rent access to them. If that's you, TiVo is still the gold standard of set it and forget it. Here's the probably yes. You're building a home theater, and you want a box that's stable, fast, and controlled with one remote that doesn't try to sell you something every click. You're the tech person in your family, which means you're also tech support, and you want your living room to be simple enough that anyone can sit down and press play without phoning you. TiVo's interface is built for watching, not wandering. Here's the maybe. You're entirely streaming, you don't use live TV, and your smart TV's home screen is fine. You subscribe to a handful of services, you rarely rewatch, and you don't record sports or local news. You want fewer boxes, fewer wires, and you're okay with apps sometimes being sluggish, because convenience wins. If that's you, TiVo might feel like one device too many. There are a few things to weigh before you decide. TiVo shines when it's fed by something: an antenna for free over-the-air channels, or a cable card if your provider still supports it, or a streaming stick inside the same ecosystem. If you're OTA only, TiVo gives you a best-in-class DVR with commercial skip on many shows and the kind of season passes that feel like magic for sports and series. If you're cable-based and you can still get the setup working in your area, it's a powerhouse. If you're streaming only, ask yourself whether you really need a DVR in 2026, or whether you need better search and simpler navigation. If it's the latter, TiVo can still help, but the value is thinner. Let's talk about cost. With streaming, you pay forever and control very little. With TiVo, you pay upfront for the box, sometimes a service plan, and then your recordings are yours on your device. If you're the kind of viewer who keeps a season to watch at your pace, or records sports to skip the ads, the math can favor TiVo over time. If you're a binge-and-done viewer who rarely looks back, the math favors a simple streamer. Now the experience question. Press the TiVo button, and you're greeted by a screen that's calm, curated, and focused on what you actually watch. Want to find that one actor? Search once, see it everywhere. Want to record every game for your team, home and away? Set it once. Want to skip the noise before your show? AutoSkip where available, and you're in. The difference is this: TiVo is built around your habits. Most smart TV interfaces are built around their business model. There's also durability. TiVo boxes tend to last. They don't get abandoned every year. They don't wake up one morning feeling slower because a manufacturer pushed an ad platform upgrade. If you value a living room that doesn't change under your feet, that matters. So, should you consider buying a TiVo in 2026? If you care about live TV, if you want ownership and reliability, if you want to stop negotiating with apps and start watching what you actually like, the answer is yes. If your world is entirely streaming and you're happy living inside those apps, then keep it simple. Save the money and stick with a solid streaming dongle. Here's a simple way to decide. Picture your perfect week of TV. Are there games? Local news? A couple of network shows you never want to miss? Do you want to press one button and have last night's lineup waiting in a clean list? If you nodded, TiVo earns its spot. If your perfect week is opening one app, picking the next episode, and letting it autoplay until you fall asleep, you don't need TiVo to be happy. In the end, TiVo in 2026 is the quiet organizer in a noisy living room. It won't shout. It won't upsell. It will remember what you love, keep it ready, and get out of the way. If that sounds like peace, buy the box. If not, that's okay. But if you've ever wished your TV felt like yours again, TiVo might be the last remote you learn and the first one everyone else understands.